Hey Queens, it's your girl Pili and welcome to Fast Track to That Girl, the shortcast where we keep it real. No fluff, just 10 minutes of actionable tips and real talk to help you design the life you love. So whether you're at the gym, driving, or cozying up with a coffee, we're diving into something you won't want to miss today. Today, we're getting clear on one of the most powerful things that can fast track you to living your dream life, turning your passion into profit. I know you've heard it before, but I'm about to take you deeper. By the end of this episode, you'll not only know what you're passionate about, but you'll also have a plan to turn it into something profitable. So grab your pen and paper if you can, and if you're on the go, just think about it and come back to this part later. Now, let me share a bit of my own journey to help you get started. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 21 and I've tried a few things along the way. But it wasn't until 5 years ago that I decided to turn my true passion for design into something more. I launched my branding agency because I was obsessed with creating beautiful aesthetic things. Whether it was a brand identity or a website, I wanted to help entrepreneurs bring their visions to life in a way that felt authentic to them. And let me tell you, it was scary to take the leap. But once I did, with a couple of big failures in between, everything started to fall into place. Fast forward a few years later, I took that same passion for design into a whole new level. I teamed up with my partner Dano and 2 more friends, and we created House of Creations, a Bali villa designed for content creators and photographers. It's a space that brings beauty and creativity together, and it all came from that same passion for design that I had at the very start. And listen, I still have big plans because dream lives are real, and I am proof that you can make it happen. All right, Crane, it's your turn. Let's figure out what lights you up. I want you to pause for a second and think, what's one thing that makes you lose track of time? What could you talk for hours without getting bored? Maybe it's something creative. Maybe it's organizing. Maybe it's helping people solve problems. Think about it. If you've got a pen and paper, I want you to write it down. And if you're on the go, just hold on to this thought and come back to it later. The goal is to get super clear on what fires you up, because that's a spark that will fuel everything else. Now, once you've figured out what you're passionate about, the next step is figuring out how to turn that into something that serves others. And trust me, this is where the magic happens, because when you can combine your passion with something that genuinely helps people, poof, you're onto something special. Let me break it down. With my branding agency, I help high-level entrepreneurs create visual identities that not only look good, but also elevate their entire business. And with House of Creations, we designed a space where creators can bring their own visions to life. In both cases, I took what I loved, design, and found a way to use it to help others and get paid for it. Now it's your turn. Think about who could benefit from your passion. Who needs what you love to do? If you love organizing, maybe you can help busy people streamline their lives. If you're a natural at motivating others, maybe it's coaching or mentoring. The goal here is to find where your passion meets a need. All right, Queen, now we've got your passion and an idea of how it can serve others. Let's talk about the next steps. You need to plan. So, get clear on your offer. What exactly are you offering? Is it a service, a product, an experience? Get specific about it. For example, with my branding agency, I help high-level entrepreneurs create visual identities that elevate their brands to the next level. We're talking high-ticket premium services that reflect the value and success they bring to the table. The clearer you are about what you offer, the more confidently you can sell it. Take that first step. You don't need to have it all figured out, but you do have to start. Whether it's creating a website, posting on social media, or offering your first service, just take action. It's in the small, imperfect steps that momentum builds. And then keep growing. This is about starting, improving, and growing every single day. The journey doesn't stop once you launch. Every day is a new chance to learn, to evolve, and to get better at what you do. And when things get hard, girl, and they will, trust me, remember why you started. You're doing this because you want to live a life you love. You're doing what you love and getting paid for it. So when the challenge pops up, go back to that vision. It's about creating a life that lights you up and brings you joy and makes an impact. You've got this. Queens, Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this episode of Fast Track to That Girl. If this hit home, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your besties. And remember, it's all about taking that first step, growing every day, and living a life you love while making money doing what you love. We're in this together, and I cannot wait to have you back on the next episode. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. Until then, keep doing you, and don't forget why you started.